So, you know what? Generally, when you write for I in, let us say, range like this of 10, and you usually know that when we print I, we would get the range from 0 to the range from 0 to 9. Am I right or wrong? Okay. So basically, in the iterators, how exactly what are iterators? I would like to give you the complete brief about it. So let me erase this content and tell you. See, an iterator is an object that contains a countable number of values. Technically speaking, a Python iterator object must implement with two special methods, that is nothing but iter method and next method, collectively called as iterator protocol. There is an important definition to be noted. An iterator in Python is an object that is used to iterate over iterable objects such as list, tuple, dictionary, and all this stuff. Okay, so these are the things which I would like to show. I will repeat myself once again. An iterator is an object that contains a countable number of values. Technically speaking, a Python iterator object must implement with two special methods, that is called as iter method and next method. You would learn in depth about what is iter and what is next method. Collectively, it is called as iterator protocol. An iterator in Python is an object that is used to iterate over the iterable objects such as list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, so since you already know the Python collections, so I'm just directly getting into it. So I have taken my tuple is equal to apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, apple, banana, and cherry. So basically, if I say for I in, if I say my tuple and if I just print I, what happens? If I print this, what happens? I would get apple, banana, and cherry. See, like this, if I execute it, I would get apple, banana, and cherry. Do not worry about the other outputs. I'm just explaining you so that you can understand what we are trying to achieve here. So, like iterators, directly if you type my IT, this is nothing but a variable which I have taken, and I can take this nothing but this particular variable is x is equal to ITER. I said there are two special methods. So when you say ITER of this particular my tuple, and you when you want to iterate like what happens, so you can basically do like this, something like this. Okay, so here when you say x is equal to iter my tuple and you say next of x, next of x, next of x, then you would be able to get the output such as, I'm just commenting this out, such as you would get apple, banana, cherry. Okay, the moment when you do the next operation once again, you would get the stop iteration error. Why do you get this stop iteration error? Because the tuple eats the tuple, there are only certain three values here. There is no the fourth value. So when the moment when the ITR method, ITR and next iterator will find the next particular object, so since the object is not there, it will throw you an exception known as stop iteration. Okay, so basically iterators are useful for the runtime operations to perform usually, like, but for the better for the better usage, you can directly say for my tuple, for I in my tuple, if you just say print I without an iteration, it will only give you the values which are present there. So like see, like this. Okay, so now let me go back to the other example. For a time being, what am I doing is not to have a confusion. So for the output, I'm just taking this out. So now you guys see what did I do here. In this down, I have the my string is nothing but Miller. You can pretty much say this particular thing as Python. Okay, so now when I say my IT is equal to ITER of my string, when I do keep doing the next, see, for example, let us say I won't be able to print this, let's say. Okay, so okay, I have did some mistake. Let me just correct this. Okay, so now here when you say for I in my str, and when you just do a print I, you would be able to get the result as python. Cool guys, understood what's happening here? So when I take out the for loop, let's say, so when I'm doing with the next operation like this, so it's exactly similar to that. So when I do this, When I execute this, I think it should give me a stop iteration error because I think I have exceeded the letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 times I've included it. What if I only include it for the 6 times? I can be able to get the output as Python like this. Another way of using iterators, let me tell you. So you can just directly click on wait a moment, let me just go back to the appearance and exit the presentation mode. So here let's say I have a run. Let me just go ahead into the terminal. Okay, let me just go to the terminal here, one moment. Tool window, and I go to the terminal. So in my terminal, I'm already like in the virtual environment. So like I'm into my PyCharm projects. So if I just do here something as let us say uh, if I write just Python, so I would go into the Python interpreter. Okay, you can see this. I'm directly, if I just type Python, I can go into the Python interpreter. Now in the Python interpreter, I would take something called as x is equal to in a string like Python. Okay, guys, I will hit enter. Now if I just print x and if I print enter, I would get Python letter. And if I just say like this, uh, like uh, like mm, a is equal to a is equal to iter of x. I will hit enter, nothing will happen. Then the moment when I say next of a, I'll just try to copy this so that I can just paste it, or else I can copy it from later, not a problem. So when I do next of a, hit enter, I would get the first letter P. The moment when I do again A like this, I would get the second letter. Now again if I do next of A, like in the runtime environment, I will get T. Now if I do of A like this, I'll get H. If I do A like this, I will get O. If I do A again like this, I would get N. If I do next again, I would get the stop iteration error. You understood how to use a terminal. This is nothing but you can use the iterator with the runtime, but if you are doing it in a functional or a procedural way, directly you can use a for loop to go ahead and print out the objects. Any doubt on the iterator parts, guys? It can be done with the two methods, mainly with ITR and next method. Collectively it's called as ITR protocols. So an iterator in Python is nothing but an object that is used to iterate over iterable objects like list, tuple, set and dictionary. Clear, guys? Clear? Awesome, awesome. 1 minute. So there you go. For the generators, it's been said that generator is nothing but it's defined like a normal function, like we usually define a function like with def keyword. Okay, but whenever it needs to generate a value, it does so with a keyword called yield here. Okay, it does so with a keyword called yield. Understood, guys, what I'm trying to do? And the function automatically is called as a generator. For example, we know that if we define name like this with an empty parenthesis, okay, and if we say just return our name like Randy Johnson, if you take a is equal to of name, if you execute this particular program like this, do not worry about the previous outputs. We are only talking about the first output. See, you would get Randy Johnson. Am I right or wrong, guys? This particular program, did you understood? Okay, so this is the same way iterator was used for with the ITR method and the next method. Like in a list you have M, J, K. If you do ITR of X, it will print first M, J, K. Clear till here? Okay, so let me just go here. So now this is a simple generator what I have defined. So this is nothing but I have defined a simple generator. You can pretty much write any particular name like a function. So when I say yield1, yield2, yield3 like that, then I will take x is equal to the simple generator. I'll call this particular function inside the object called x. When I say print of x, it will give me that this is a generator object like this. See, this is the output for that. When I execute this, I would get generator object, simple generator, exists, but this is nothing but it has been saved in the following memory. Cool, guys. It has been saved in the following, like the stack memory, I would say. When you do the next of x, next of x, next of x, since it's a three times, you would get 1, 2, 3. Clear till here? The moment when you do again, what happens, guys? If you do it again, let me just show you. 1 minute. I think, yeah. Yeah, stop iteration error will come. So that's the reason I wouldn't be using see, like this. If I copy this, if I paste this, if I execute this, I would get the stop iteration error. That's the reason I wouldn't do this. So I hope you understood what is the difference between that. With the yield also, with the generator also, we are using the ITR and the next method. Something is wrong with my system. Give me a moment. Oh, so sorry, so sorry. So what did I say is, like, yeah, of course. So I have defined a generator here, then n is equal to 1, I have just wrote here. Then I said that print, this is nothing but the first number, I would say. Okay, n is equal to n plus 2, and then I said yield of n. Look at this particular program first. N is equal to 1, then I said a print statement, this is the first number, let's say. Generally, I just wanted to show you that this is the first number. Then I said yield is equal to n. Now what is the value of n? N is equal to 1, right, guys? Okay, so now what would be the value of n here? 2. Am I right? Okay, so now here this is nothing but the second number. Okay, this is nothing but the third number. Now yield n. Now n is 2 here, n is 1 here, and you can see this. I'll just do this like this. N is 2 now here. Now n will become here 3. Okay, then I have taken an object called A and have called this particular generator function inside this particular A. Then when I do the next of, see, I don't have to use ITR method here with generator. The yield already does so with it. Okay, when I say print of next of A, next of A, next of A, like that, you can see this. We still get the output as like this. Like, see, this is the number 1. Like first number, first it will print, then yield, like it will print 1, second number it will print, then it will print 2, third number it will print, then it will print 4. Right? Understood? So here n, this is nothing but n is equal to n plus 2, guys. Do not get confused. Now here n will become 4. I'm really sorry. Okay? Cool, guys? That's the reason the output was that. For the moment when you do for items in generator, directly you would get all the items, what and all it's present. You don't even have to use the next method. You don't even have to call the function directly inside a object. Directly you can be able to do it with the for loop. Okay, but similarly, but when the runtime happens, when you wanted to do something, you can be able to do that. So we have done one more example. I hope till here you are clear. You have any doubts? Okay, awesome. So now I have taken something called as hello, guys. So if I want to print in a negative way, you already know that when we do a range index, you would get hello, hello, all this stuff. This is the one way to write it. Cool. This is the one way to write it. But what if you need to define a function where you need to write a reverse of a string and without using any particular indexing or slicing? So it's asking you to write a function like that. So for that, what would I do is, okay, write a program to print reverse of a name using generators. Okay, so here I have defined the reverse of string where I have passed only one parameter. Cool, guys? Okay, then I have said that L is equal to length of x. So whatever the parameter which you're going to pass, the first I would like to measure it with the length of the x, and I would store that length inside L is equal to. Now for I in range, I would say, so range function already you know, since it's like 3 times, do not get confused. We would break it down. So I have said for range, like I have said L minus 1, so that I would get the last, so that I would get my first occurrences. Then I have said minus 1, comma, again I have set the range of minus 1 so that the complete values will go from the negative end and it will give me the reverse of a string. Then I said yield x of I. It's nothing but in the yield directly I would get x of I, all the index values so that I can be able to store it. Now when I say for char in reverse string hello, then when I say with the end like this, I would be able to get the output. See, like this I would like to print here. Reverse is equal to, when I gone ahead and when I execute this program, see, you can see 1 minute there is some, okay, because I cannot use as such in the print statement, rather I can use wait a moment, here itself I can type like this, print string is, directly I can type. See, you have got the output as reverse of a string is hello. The moment when I type something apart from hello, let us say if I type here as Mike, guys, see what happens. See, you got an output as EKIM. Cool. So if any interviewer will ask you to print a reverse of a number using a generator, this is all you need to do. What exactly happening, you must be wondering in this program. So when you do a define, you are just calling this particular function inside this particular loop with passing a parameter of whatever the desired string which you want to get the output as a reverse string. Okay, this is understandable, even I know that, but you may have a confusion till here. Guys, I've said you yield is nothing but it stores all the index of this particular string. Like I is nothing but whatever the range will start from 0 1 2 3. You can break down this code by using the print statements as I shown you earlierly. Like you can just say, if you wanted to know what is happening exactly, like in detail, if you wanted to know, you can be able to get it. Okay, 1 moment, you can be able to get it. This is the same particular thing which I was wanted to show you. This is not required, guys. This power 2 generator I would like to show you. So I hope till here it's clear for you. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Awesome. So now here, like we will do something called as power to generator. So nothing but the square, guys, square of the numbers. Okay. Do not get confused. Generally, what I am doing is square of the numbers. So here I have defined, power to generator. Nothing but max. I have set it to 0, guys. Why did I use max? I have set it to 0 because I'll tell you. N is equal to 0 I am taking inside it. And I said while n is less than of max. Where max is nothing but, guys, 0. You know it. Nothing but 0 is less than 0. Is it true or false?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So now yield nothing but 2 multiplied by n. Nothing but, you know that this is nothing but if we write two star symbols, that automatically become 2 power of n. You know it, right? So what is 2 power of 0, by the way? If I ask you, let's go back to the mathematics. Like if you just write a of 0, what does that mean? 1, right? Am I right? Power of 2 of
Yeah,
0
yeah.
is 1. So
Yes, sir.
similarly, now n will become how much? So this is nothing but n is equal to n plus 1, as you already know. So now n, if it is 0, n is equal to will be, if n is 0, guys, what would be the increment over here? N is equal to how much it will be? 0 plus 1? 1. So now the moment when you write 1, so you know what happens next. So when I take the power to generator of 2 to find out with the next, when I execute this program once again, just do not worry about it. I have actually wanted to show you this. So you can see that first n, like I have generated with the 2. So what is 2 of 0 is nothing but 1. So like that, when you keep on doing the next, you would got it. So what if I do another next here? Guys, listen to this carefully. What if I do another next, I would get a stop iteration error. This is nothing but with the power program, guys, with the two generators. I hope you understood. So this is like wanted to show you with the even numbers or odd numbers how to break it. So do not get confused. But for your future purpose, you can also use this particular program. It's in the same way. Cool, guys. Cool.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Awesome. So now here, let me first. This is iterators and generators. Like we have done. So let me just